Hello everyone. So today we have our special guest with us, Gauri Das, an HR leader with 16 plus years of experience in crafting and aligning the HR strategy with business goals. She carries a wealth of experience both in startups and well-established organizations. She is also on the advisory panel of various institutes and NGOs and also a TEDx speaker. She had also been recognized with multiple awards and recognition, including the top 10 global women HR. So, ma'am, you are a strategic award-winning HR leader with more than 1.5 decades of experience in crafting the HR strategy. So, what is your take on the emerging trends of HR in India?
Thank you so much, Neha, for having me here and asking a brilliant question and the warm welcome. I think HR has totally changed since pandemic, and the change was already in place, but pandemic kind of accelerated how things are being perceived today. So we have for HR operations all the automation, and HR is now actually more of a strategic part. So right from evaluating how the business behavior is going to be to understanding, analyzing how we need to have skills in the organization to the most critical aspect of talent attraction and retention. HR is donning a lot of hats and also supporting businesses, working with businesses rather to get the right things in place in the organization. So some of the trends that I have seen changing, one is hybrid. We have been talking about it, but nobody had a kind of handbook for hybrid. So everything needs to be redone in terms of hybrid. Second is when it comes to hybrid, the engagement part of it. So I think HR is fully involved today in enabling managers in facing this challenge because nobody knows how to have a best hybrid environment as of now. So managers who are linking pin, they have two teams. One is of their peers and the organization and their managers. And second one where they are with their teams, their directs. So they are linking pin, connecting the two, and HR is guiding them how to do it the best. So that is second thing. Third thing is there is more of design thinking today when it comes to policy. And HR is rethinking all the policies because what works for one person is not going to work for another person. So how many handbooks actually we need today is each employee needs a separate handbook. Now that is practically not possible. But as much flexibility, as much rethinking, I would say HR is doing. And then comes the high-tech experience, the happiness piece of it that HR is trying to bring in all of this.
Yes, ma'am. Very beautifully you structured everything, ma'am. Like it is good to hear that how are the emerging trends happening in HR field nowadays. And ma'am, moving on to the next question, like you have also co-authored a book, The Power of Connection, which has been launched recently. So we would love to know what it is all about and what actually influenced you to write that book.
Yeah, so this book, thank you so much, Neha, for bringing this. And this book, Power of Connections, is actually Power of Connections and Power of Network. So I had founded a lean in circle, which is called as Leaders Lifting Leaders.
Okay.
Why we call it Leaders Lifting Leaders? Because all of us are leaders. We influence ourselves at least, and we also influence whosoever we connect with. So all of us are leaders, and that's how the name is Leaders Lifting Leaders. And four co-authors have come together. We have never met in person, but the chemistry is so strong that we wrote this book. And we have stories from 11 people. Like my story, I started my journey from a very small village, an introverted person, childhood, no personality development opportunities, and I was a very shy and timid child. To the extent that if there was a guest at home, I would hide behind my mom and won't come out until the guest leaves the home. So from there on, now building communities, organizing networking, going there because for me networking also did not come easy. When I used to go earlier, when I was pushed into networking events, I would ensure that I hide in a corner so that no one can see me. And if despite all my efforts, somebody happens to see me, I would immediately give my business card and run away.
Hmm.
That was all about networking for me. So from there on to here, it has been a very long journey. And I strongly believe that if I can, anybody can. So the book is not about theoretical concepts. We have shared our own journey. And you asked me what motivated us to write this book, because we have also come a long way. We wanted to share our thought process, our experiences, so that others can learn, those who are in this journey. And that's where the book was written.
Really a great inspiration, ma'am, for everyone, like including myself, from that shy part to reaching to this stage. Congratulations, ma'am, for this book.
Thank you so much.
And ma'am, like you're also a great social media influencer with more than around 50K followers. So if you can share some success tips on that side also, like how it happened and how everything happened.
Yes, I think again, power of connections. And what really worked was genuine interest in connecting with people. So, more than connecting with them only through LinkedIn, I was also connecting at least one person every day in 2020 and 2021 also.
Mm.
So, that helped me connect with a large number of people and having that one on one connect as well. That is point number one. Point number two, connecting with a lot of volunteering organizations. I am associated with lot many organizations like that, and when you associate yourself, you get to connect with so many more people. So that is second, which worked. And third, it was understanding about how networking is done. So if I am connecting with someone, the reason was not that I want immediate return.
Mm.
I was developing a long-term relationship.
Mm.
So connecting beyond LinkedIn, within LinkedIn, helping them wherever possible, supporting them, encouraging them over LinkedIn through my comments, my thought processes. So these three things I would say really work well. And there is no two thoughts about consistency, because you can start something, but if you do not make it very, very consistent, it does not work out. So these four things I would say: the offline connect, regular connection with people through volunteering, consistency, and finally supporting people wherever possible and not thinking that I need to get something in return. These four mantras have really helped me have a very large, and I'm blessed that I have such a large network. Whenever I need support, there is at least someone who's out there to help me.
Yes, ma'am. So connection is the first step to success, actually. Okay. And
Yes.
ma'am, you also talked about leaders lifting leaders. So something you want to elaborate on that side, what it is all about, more detail about that.
So leaders lifting leaders, I mentioned what is meaning of leaders lifting leaders. So it's a women empowerment circle. We
Mm.
have come together around 130 of us from 5 different countries, and we support each other in 4 different ways. One is networking, another is mentoring, third is shared learning, and fourth is coming together and helping each other in whatever ways possible. Like if I'm looking for a handbook for something and somebody else has it, they will share. If I'm looking for a trainer and there is a trainer available in the group, I'm sorted then and there. So supporting women, supporting each other in whatever ways possible is our mantra, and we want to create a gender neutral world where people from all genders can achieve their dreams. So the coming together to empower each other, to help each other achieve our professional goals is the mantra of the circle.
Mm. Great initiative, ma'am. Great. And
Yeah.
ma'am, if like being an HR leader, if you can tell us more about employee engagement and bonding needs, like in the context of hybrid work, as you talked, that is the emerging trend. So what about employee engagement? How we can do it in this situation?
Yeah, absolutely. A very pertinent question, Neha, and very important today. Like I said, there is no handbook, nobody has it.
Mm.
I think the best thing when it comes to employee engagement is to understand needs of people and then bringing a solution for them.
Mm.
So that is one thing, because there can be someone who is now in a situation who which is totally different from earlier world.
Mm.
And second thing is when it comes to hybrid, I think a hybrid gives us best of both the worlds. We get to go to office and connect with people, and we also have that flexibility with us that we have to go twice or thrice, whatever the organization agrees. So that is second thing. Manager, like I already said, is the most important and linking pin. Second is the environment that you are creating for people. And third is the work itself has gone a lot of change. The technology has changed and it has moved forward by at least 3 to 4 years is was the, what the estimate is. So in terms of skilling also we need to help people improve because they want to continuously learn. A lot of data is there, research is out there to tell us that today people would be happy being in an environment where they have learning and growth opportunities, even if they have to have a kind of compromise on salary numbers.
Mhm.
So that is another thing. And most important is purpose today. Because this generation, whether they are a customer or they are an employee, they want to have that purpose. They connect with purpose in their field. So I have a formula of 4H when it comes to employee engagement. Number one is high tech experience. You and you wouldn't even know in your generation, I don't know if you have ever stepped into a bank branch, but if I had to first time create or open my bank account, there was a long queue. I had to wait for weeks to get it done. And last year, when I opened my account on Jeevadha, it was less than 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So things have changed. And as a customer, I am getting this experience. And it is not for some luxury things, it is for commoners. So when I become an employee, I expect the same kind of experience from my organizations. So that is point number one. High tech experience is critical for employee engagement.
Mhm.
Second is harmony. Now, you would have realized that when your belief and your behavior are not in sync, there is cognitive dissonance.
Mhm.
And likewise, when team and manager are not in sync, or team or other members are not in sync, there are resignations.
Mhm.
So, if we don't have harmony in the team, we would not be able to achieve 100% employee engagement because you can do everything, but if I most stress comes from getting things done from other people wherever we are dependent, and within the team if there is no chemistry, it cannot be done. So that is second H. Third H is about happiness. So people want to have that happiness. They do not want to live a jabardasti ki life, and they really want to have a life where they when they wake up in the morning, they feel happy about it, about being alive, being going to work. And that's where bringing in that happiness element is extremely critical for everyone.
Mhm.
And the fourth one is holistic wellness. So far we were talking about the gym membership, the food that we offer in our cafeteria, but for 2 years there was no use of it. Even in hybrid also people are not using it. So, and sleep also was not important. But
Mhm.
now we know there are 8 dimensions to wellness, and we have to work on everything: social, emotional, financial. Everything is important. Even intellectual is important. Environmental is important. The kind of place that I am working at is also playing an important role. So holistic wellness is another thing. Now you can have lot many benefits, plethora of options when it comes to wellness. But every morning when you have a morning call with your manager, if you dread that call, nothing is actually working for you. Because if you are not happy connecting with your manager on day-to-day basis, any number of options are not going to help. So high-tech experience, harmony within the team, holistic wellness, and happiness. These are 4H mantra for me when it comes to employee engagement and experience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for this great insight. And I actually love the way you tell these things in points and structures. So I can count it in my fingers. And so the audience would also, that would help. They'll really help. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you so much.
anything else you want to add?
Yeah, if I have to talk to HR professionals, and I'm assuming most of our audience would be HR professionals or any professional for that matter, the most important thing today is to understand your business fully. If
Mm.
you don't understand your business, you would not be bringing in solutions which are required for business. So
Mm.
have an understanding and then go out and bring out a solution. Otherwise, it will look like that it is your functions initiative. It is not an initiative for the organization. So have full understanding, keep connecting with business, try to understand their pain points, and then bring out a solution would be my message.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for all the information and great insights. It was really helpful. And thank you so much from Bloggers Alliance family for joining us today in this call. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Neha. It was lovely interacting with you. Great questions, and I'm sure it is going to help our viewers also.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Thank you, ma'am.